Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel, or this is your first time here, then welcome. And I'm so happy that you chose my channel in the whole YouTube world to watch. And before you leave, please don't forget to go subscribe to my channel. So this video is gonna be sort of a series. I wanna do this like a monthly thing. I figured out after doing Project Pan for a year now that Project Pan is so good for you to use your products up, but it's also not good for your entire collection because you forget about a lot of things that you have. Since last year, I started filming my makeup collection and I haven't finished yet, but I know that I have a lot of products. Blushes, for example, I have over 100 blushes. And for me, it doesn't make sense to put a blush in a Project Pan and just stick to one blush. That would work if I had 10 blushes, but if you have over 100, it's just you're neglecting your entire collection. So I was thinking about doing this video, which is using 4 blushes a month, 2 palettes or 3 palettes, eyeshadow palettes a month, and 2 bronzers a month. That will ensure that I actually use my products, try them, and rotate them monthly. And on top of that, of course, I'm gonna keep doing Project Pans, but that's gonna be focused on products that I need to finish, that I want to get out of my collection or stuff like that, and some products that I just want to get some use out of. That's why I added Project Progress to my Project Pan, to just make some progress out of some products. So the products that I'm going to show you today is not products that I want to finish, it's just products that I want to use. And for palettes, my goal this year is sort of, I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, but since I'm obsessed with them now, I want to just hit pan on a lot of them. Even if it's 1 or 2 shades of the palette, I want all my palettes to look like they have been loved when I show them to you guys. So without further ado, if you want to see my 4 blushes, 2 bronzers, and 3 palettes a month, then just keep on watching. Okay, so for the blushes, I realized that you can actually put a dent in your blush when you put your mind to it, because this is my Orgasm blush by NARS, and I have this on my Project Pan collab with Melissa Q, and these didn't have any pan on it or any progress on it. It was almost brand new, and I haven't used it for 2 years, and look at how much progress I've made. I use it almost every day. So that made me realize that I need to pull out my NARS blushes, because I have a lot of them. I know that I owe you guys a NARS blush collection because I have like over 40 or 50 NARS blushes. So I chose 3 NARS blushes and 1 from Benefit. So one of the NARS blushes that I chose is Lovejoy, and this is like a burnt apricot color, and this is super nice when you're self-tan, and right now this is the darkest that I get when I'm self-tanned. Let's not even talk about that, but this blush looks beautiful when you're self-tanned. If you guys own any NARS blushes, you know that swatching them is pointless. They look awful in swatches, they look beautiful on the skin. They're super pigmented, high quality, perfect blushes. They're by far my favorite formula when it comes to blushes. Another shade that I have, this is the limited edition, but I think you can find it on Amazon and not overpriced. This is the Daydream Blush by NARS, and this is a beautiful pinky coral, but more, I don't know, this is a warm pink. It's so pretty as a flush to the cheeks, and it's a good everyday blush, sort of like Orgasm, but this is even more wearable, and it will work for me even when my tan fades away. So since I want to use 1 blush a week, sort of, then this is gonna be a good daily blush. Or even if I want to just do Lovejoy here and pop Daydream in the apples of my cheeks, it will look beautiful. And then the last NARS blush is one that when I got it, I was so obsessed with it. You guys didn't know, but before, when I used to live in New York, I was so obsessed with pink. Pink was my thing. Everything I wanted it in pink. So this was one of the shades that I actually remember craving. You know, when I went into Sephora and I really wanted it for me, and it was so beautiful, so blue tone, but so perfect. It's Matahari by NARS. This is just a stunning purpley pink. Everything in my house has dog hair. This is just my life, people. Just my life. Okay, so this is a this is now out of my comfort zone. I will never wear anything blue tone on my cheeks, so that's why I want to just pull it out and get some use out of it, because every pink blush that I have in my collection, if it's not a little bit warm, I never use them. So I'm actually gonna try this for an entire week. And the good thing about this series is that I'm planning on giving you guys honest reviews of products. If I would repurchase them, or if I were to go back in time, would I buy them again? So yeah, Matahari by NARS. It's a beautiful blush. And then another one that was sort of a fail. I bought this one because Andrea Matilano, I think that's her name. Just Andrea. She's beautiful. She's one of my favorite YouTubers. When she wasn't cruelty free, she recommended the Dandelion blush by Benefit. So this is a super light pink. She used to say that this was one of her favorite blushes ever. So that's why I got it. I got it in the small size because I just really wanted to try it. This one didn't even show up on my skin, and I'm not talking right now that I'm super dark. I'm saying just when I was just my regular skin color, this took a lot of work for it to show up on my skin. So I want to give it another try and see if I'm gonna really use it, or if not, I'm thinking about putting it on Poshmark or just giving it to my sister-in-law. She's super pale, paper white pale. So yeah, this is another one that I want to try for an entire week. So those are my 4 blushes. And now going into bronzers, I only chose 2. One is one that I want to finish, so it's sort of like a project pan inside this series, and it's the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. So now that I went to the US, I went there for 15 days straight, and I took everything with me that I had in a project pan, and I took this bronzer with me. This didn't have any sort of pan, but you guys can tell that I actually love it. So this is one of those bronzers that I actually need to get out of my collection for me to focus on something else. So this one I want to finish this month. I want to make some progress out of a new one that I got sent by number 7. This bronzer is so far a favorite. This is just an amazing bronzer, oh, I didn't even realize. But these 2 bronzers are both from the drugstore. So this is the number 7 in the shade Caramel. And this is just a good everyday bronzer. I have to say, if I had to choose 3 bronzers at the top of my head, I would say the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, this one, and the Hoola Bronzer, and the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. Those are my 4 favorite bronzers right now. I know that I have more, like the Marc Jacobs and stuff, but those 4 are just the best bronzers. And you know what? These are the type of bronzers that I can use every day and I won't get tired. I won't even look at the rest of my collection. So that's why I want to finish the Physicians Formula one, and that's why I want to get some more use out of the number 7 to keep trying it on to see if it goes in my favorites, and then move on to other bronzers, because I don't have the same amount of bronzers that I have in blushes, but I do have a pretty good amount. Now going to eyeshadow palettes, I chose 3 palettes. And what I want to do is just hit pan in at least 1 shade from each of these palettes. So this one that I'm going to show you is the Dolce Vita palette by Charlotte Tilbury. And this one recently, while doing makeup on my clients and doing makeup on myself, I hit pan in 2 shades, and I've been working on it and working on it. I'm in love with it. This palette, I know I'm going to repurchase. I just want to hit pan in another shade. It's going to be loved, and I'm going to put it away and choose another palette for my collection. So this is what my Dolce Vita palette looks like right now. You can see that those 2 shades have been recently panned. This eyeshadow palette was the one that I actually used on my wedding day, and it's a beautiful eyeshadow palette. I wouldn't change anything about it. The formula is perfection. This is holy grail status for me. If I had to choose just one palette for the rest of my life, this would be it. This is perfection in every way. And I know that it already looks love, but I can do better. So I want to just show some more love to that shade, and maybe to this one. But this one I'm not in a hurry to hit pan on, because this is a beautiful topper, and you only need the tiniest amount for it to look wonderful on your eyes. Another one that I got, and I actually love this eyeshadow palette, but I forgot about it. I have so much makeup that this is why I want to do this series, because I forget about the makeup that I have. And even if I'm doing a project pan, I focus on some products, but I forget about the rest. So this one was amazing when I got it. I got it the year before last, and this is a beautiful palette. It is the Sweet Peach by Too Faced palette, and I've played with it, I've used it, but I can certainly show some more love to the palette. So I'm gonna use this one a lot this month, and I'm actually gonna mix and match with these palettes. What I wanna do is hit pan in at least one shade to just feel like I'm appreciating the palette some more. So it doesn't matter what shade, make the palette look like it has been worn and used and loved. Also, if you want to see a review on this palette or a tutorial, I'm going to leave everything that I have on these palettes and products, if I have something, linked below or linked in right here so that you can check it out. This was in my 2017 favorites. So since this is a hated palette here on YouTube, and since I have so many palettes, I haven't actually shown a lot of love to this palette, and this is one of my favorites. I was using it this week, and I know why I fell in love with it, and I know that it's harder to work with, but this is a stunning palette, and this is Subculture by Anastasia. This is so pigmented and beautiful. So it doesn't matter what shade I hit pan on, I'm gonna be happy. I love Fudge. I know it's super crumbly, but I love it, and I love New Wave. I love Dawn. I love Roxy. I love Edge. I love Adorn. This is a good palette. I also love Axis, Mercury. It is a palette that I almost love every single shade. The only shade that I'm not obsessed with is Cube, and it's just because it's super white and pink, so it's not actually my favorite kind of shade. But the rest of the palette, it's perfection. So yeah, this is the third palette that I chose for this Project Progress sort of series. So that's basically it, guys. So the next video you're gonna see, it's gonna be March 18th, I guess, or around that time. That's my birthday. I'm getting older. And I'm gonna not only show you the progress that I made on these products, but I'm also gonna give you honest reviews about each and every product. And I'm also gonna show you the products that I choose for the next time. If you want me to add a blush for the next time, or a palette, or whatever that you wanna see me use, then just leave it in the comments down below. Also, let me know what you wanna use this month from your collection that you have forgotten about. And that's it, guys. I'm really happy you stopped by and checked out my channel. Don't forget to subscribe before leaving, and also hit the notification bell so that you can be part of my YouTube family. Go and check out my social media, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.